so into science fiction. And I actually came to Star Trek because I loved Star Wars. I saw Star Wars in 1977, I was 5 years old, and it blew my mind. And then I saw this thing on television that it was like Star Trek, but that's close enough. Watched it every day in syndication, and I don't know if it was even in syndication or if it was on like UHF or something, but I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. So when the other kids in elementary school would want to use the jungle gym to play, whatever, that wasn't as cool as Star Trek. I was like, no, this is my spaceship, it's the Enterprise, and I'm Mr. Spock. And if you want to be here, one of you can be Captain Kirk, but I'm Mr. Spock. That's what I wanted to be. So when I was cast in Star Trek, I mean, it was like, if you're a fan of Star Trek, I mean, imagine what it would feel like if you got to go and be on the bridge of the Enterprise. It was like that for me.
So you took on this role and you received some kind of backlash or criticism when you initially did that. Talk about that experience, because you've written about this, and how did you sort of like get over that?
Well, listen, the reality is for the first couple of seasons, Wesley Crusher was not an especially well-written character. The writers didn't really know what to do with him. They didn't know, nobody knew how to take this idea and make it a person. And I did the very best that I could with that. And it's rare, I don't know what it's like today, but it was rare back then for a person to watch a show and say, I don't like the writing of this character, but I'm sure the actor's a fine fellow. It would just be like, I hate that character and I hate you. And I mean, I get it. There's shows that my wife and I love, and then we're like, now they're putting a baby in the show. Great. Super. I was in Australia, and I was at a con with Chandler Riggs, who plays Carl on The Walking Dead. And he is one of the nicest kids in the world. And I actually think Carl is a great character on that show. And I know that a lot of people have given him a really hard time about it, right? And it's not his fault that his mom never knows where the fuck he is. So I felt kind of protective of him, because I was like, oh look, you're carrying the Wesley torch. We made a video together where I'm just yelling at him to get back in the house. It's really funny. I'll put it on YouTube this coming week. He had a great sense of humor about it, but the way that I ultimately had to sort of, it took me until I was in my mid-20s and I wrote the book Just a Geek for me to like really get okay with it, because I would like to believe that it's possible to just say, no, I'm proud of the work, and it was great, and I loved it, and it paid for my house, and it was wonderful. But the truth is, it hurts. It hurts a lot when I don't know. Pick the thing that you do. That if there are any artists in the room, if you spend a lot of time putting your heart and soul into an artistic work, and someone it's not enough that someone says, I don't like that. It's, I don't like that, and here are all the reasons why I don't like that. I'm going to repeat them every day. It sucks. And it sucks, and it hurts, and it's very, very hard to get over.
I mean, those voices are just a lot louder, unfortunately, because I know for me, and I'm sure there's people out there like that, you were the reason why I started watching.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot. I've absolutely, thank you. That's awesome. That's great. And it's a thing that I've heard a lot. And the thing is, like, I didn't know. I turned 40 this year, and I'm running into, 1972 for the win! So, I've been running into people that are my age, plus or minus like 5 years, and they grew up watching Next Generation, and they thought Wesley was awesome. They loved him, and then they identified with him, and they thought that I meet people now who are scientists and engineers and physicists and doctors and architects, and they do what they do because they watched Star Trek with their parents, and because they thought Wesley was really cool, that he was as smart as the adults, that he could do all these things. So when I hear that, I think, well, maybe maybe this character could have been written in a way that would have made him appeal to a broader audience, but he was certainly speaking to kids who were my age at the time. And I run into people all the time who tell me that they didn't have anything in common with their parents except Star Trek. And Star Trek was that thing that they did together. And as they grew older, most of us as we grow older, even if we have trouble with our parents, we sort of grow together eventually in time, right? And people have told me, I'm so glad that we had Star Trek because it gave us at least a foundation to stand on to build the relationship that we have as mutual adults. And now I watch Next Gen. These people tell me I watch Next Generation with my children, and that's amazing. It's so great to be part of that, hearing things like that, kids, cover your ears. I've just run out of fucks to give about people who are like, I hate Wesley. I'm like, well, you know what? Congratulations.
Who cares? I want to open it up to the floor. It's hard.